Participating and assisting in the creation of a positive learning environment is an important facet of this position. Describe your experience as a student and your philosophy of education.
Well, as a student, I really didn't have that great of people um, teaching me. They were kind of passive, and many of them had a lot of kids. In my class, there were at least 25 people with only one teacher, so there weren't really many opportunities for me to get taught something I didn't know. And my philosophy on education is that education is crucial because without education, the transmission of heritage and thought and experience from generation to generation is kind of asinine. It Transmission of thought is kind of crucial for the evolution of society because when a new generation is born and they don't learn anything, they're kind of back to where the previous generation started.
This position requires intensive team-based skills. Please state whether you prefer this type of environment and discuss your experience in such situations.
Well, I definitely appreciate this environment. Team building operations are actually one of the most important things in jobs for the fact that diversity creates a more open mind in all of the members within the group. Because when you look at something from a different angle, you get to see that other person's point of view, which gives you kind of like a new thought process in that certain area. It gives you a means by which you can fully contemplate what they're thinking and how they get to this point. And with that, you can take that further in life with many other things. Can you read the second part of the question, please?
Discuss your experience in such situations and why you prefer this type of environment.
Well, I basically just answered that before. Many of the groups I've had, we've all appointed one leader because you can't have like five bosses in a group. That just isn't right. Many people who are seasoned in group building know that you need to appoint at least one leader. But yeah, group environments are very important for getting a task done. So,
All right. Give an example of your experience in proofreading and detail work. Please assess your accuracy.
well, proofreading. I've done that a little bit in this English class. Um, More or less, I am all right at proofreading. How to assess it? I can't really do that right now. With the essay I previously submitted, you can tell that I proofread it. I guess you could use that as assessment.
Okay, anything else?
Nope, that is it.
All right. What is your experience working with computers, and please describe your keyboarding ability?
Well, I've been working with computers since about fifth grade. That was my first experience with like taking one apart and knowing how they work. So basically, I am pretty experienced with computers. I am actually going into IT security. So if that doesn't tell you something about how experienced with computers I am, I don't know what will. I've built many computers, I've fixed many computers for many people, old people, young people. The problems persist whether what age group is operating the computer. There's always going to be problems. My keyboarding experience, it's good. I mean, since I've used the QWERTY keyboard since like first grade, I'd say I've gotten pretty used to it.
All right, awesome. In the past 5 years, what communications, training, or education have you had?
Well, the past 5 years has just been high school and a year of college. Within that time period, I've worked numerous jobs that include customer relations, which means talking to them. So with that, I've needed to undergo specific training for each job to talk to the customers and such. So I'd say I'm not the best, but I'm getting there.
Why do you say you're not the best?
Because I can't please everyone. You know, you see those businessmen that can like really use their slide talk for their will, but I just can't do that yet. So I'm not the best. There'll always be someone better.
That's fair. Please give an example of a challenging working relationship that you have experienced either through your experience as a student or on the job, and rate your problem-solving capability.
Problems with relationship in the job?
Yes, or as a student.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna just go with the job with this one. A boss that I worked under was a friend of my mom's. So he expected me to be just like her with like my my speaking and my actions, like what she does. She's very funny in her things, but me, I'm staunch and I want to like or strict rather and do things a certain way. But her, she's just kind of passive and everything. And this kind of clashed because he expected me to be more like her, whereas I just wanted to go my own way. And he really didn't appreciate that in me. He was more excited to see my mom than me, and she didn't work there. So just an odd relationship, I guess.
All right, and then the second part of that was rate your problem solving capability.
Right?
Rate.
Rate.
R-A-T-E.
Okay. Um. Well, if this was using from the previous assignment, the 1 to 3, 1 being the best, 3 being the worst, I'd say it's about a 2. I'm not very good with people, so I mean we got over it because we're both adults, so
That's
yeah.
good. If former classmates or teachers were to describe you using 5 words, what would they be?
I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain myself. Uh, I'd probably say straightforward, strict. Uh, Ted from Culver's calls me hardworking, intelligent, and I don't know what else could apply to a job. Obtaining hospitality. I know that's 2 words, but
That works.
okay. Hospitality.
All right, give an example of your work ethic.
Get the job done and done right. And if the client wants so, do it quickly. Because time is quite the factor in doing a certain job. When you're doing a job, you have to do it right. There is no exception.
That's very good. What prompted you to sign up for this class, and if you were offered this position, how soon would you be available to begin to work?
What made me sign up for this class? I kind of needed it. And I didn't really want to take an English 2 class in person, so I just decided to do it online at my own pace. So, excuse me. So, what was the second part?
If you were offered this position, how soon would you be available to begin work?
Oh, ASAP. As soon as you need me and wherever I'm needed. So,
All right. Thank you for your time today.
thank you.
You are welcome.